About 1 year into my fitness journey, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and he said that soreness equals gains. At first, when I first heard it, it didn't make much sense, but the more he explained it to me, it started to actually make sense. I was like, okay. He explained it in kind of a bro science way, where he said something like, when you're sore, that's your muscle repairing and healing. So that is what you need to make more muscle. When it repairs and heals, it grows much bigger. So the way he explained it to me made so much sense. So I started training like that. I started training to soreness every day. I did this for a couple of weeks until this happened. I started to first it was the mental burnout. I started to feel incapable of sitting down to actually commit myself to some good work. I couldn't even record a video like this that I'm recording right now. And it was really, really messing with me. Then second came the sickness. I used to fall sick of things that athletes shouldn't be falling sick of. Like for example, colds and malaria and all these funny diseases that really don't make sense if you're a gym guy. And then the third thing that was really messing me up was injury. Injury, aside, like, I injured my wrist, I injured my knee, I injured a lot of body parts because I was taking everything to soreness. So this didn't really work for me. It wasn't working for me, and I realized that. So I decided to take some courses, to watch some tutorials, to educate myself, to indulge and completely consume myself with how I could overcome this kind of issue. So that's what I'm going to help you with today. Today, I'm going to show you how to avoid burnout and to also overcome it if you do go through it. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Shaka, and I've helped hundreds of young men stay consistent in their fitness journey so that they can see actual results. So first of all, what's burnout? Burnout is when you have done too much for your mind or your body, that now your body is trying to give you a warning sign. It's trying to tell you to chill and to rest and to recuperate. It's trying to force you into a recovery mode. So burnout is something that we always face, as gym guys, people who work out a lot, people who are athletes, we face this all the time. Like, we always push ourselves too hard and boom, it doesn't work. Like, we end up falling sick or we get injured, or you know what I mean? Like, our energy levels drop so low. Burnout is a very, very big problem. So there's two types of burnout. There's mental burnout and there's physical burnout. So the reason why I separated the two is because both of them really affect us as athletes, and it really prevents us from staying consistent in our fitness journey. So first of all, mental burnout. Mental burnout comes from things like overthinking. This is when your mind feels too cloudy, too foggy for you to do anything significant, for you to actually sit down, do some work. This can also happen to you when you're trying to do business. If you're mentally burnt out, like for example, you did so many business tasks in one day, the next day you end up feeling like you can't do anything. That's what mental burnout is. So it comes from, yes, doing too much, overloading yourself with so much work, not being able to what they call deload. You know what I mean? To reduce the amount of work that you have to do for yourself. Then also overthinking. When you overthink, when you think of, for example, if you are going to the gym, right? And you start thinking about the whole workout. My friend, if you think of the whole workout and how hard it's going to be, trust me, you're not going to hit that workout to your best. You're going to be feeling so tired and everything. But you see, what I do instead is, when I'm going to the gym, I don't think of the whole workout. I think of me just talking to my gym friends. It's that simple. You see, that simple mindset shift, right? It really helps me stay consistent, because now I'm not thinking of the hard workout. I'm just thinking of going to talk to somebody. There might not be anybody, there might be somebody. Even if there is, I'm still going to work. Even if there's nobody, I'll still work. And it will just happen by default because I've attached both activities together, the working out and the socializing as well. Because both of them are things that I want to improve in my life. Then, the second form of burnout is physical burnout. Physical burnout is where your body is the one that takes a hit. It's where your body is the one that's demanding to take a risk. It's telling you, yo, chill. You know what I mean? Let me give an example. Things that I've actually gone through. Now, for me, my body has a limit. Everyone's body has a limit. For me, I'm starting to understand my limit. I'm of the age of 21 years old, but the kind of introspective work that I'm doing on myself is crazy. I'm always working on myself, self improvement every single day. So, one thing I've noticed about myself is I have certain limits. If I hit the gym more than twice a day, or if I hit the gym like really hard plus extra cardio as well, all in one day, then on that same day, by any chance, I end up having sex with a girl. I know this is a bit personal, but if I do have sex with a girl, or if I do it twice in one day, I know that next day I'm finished. I'm finished. I'm not even lying to you. I am finished because my body cannot take that kind of stress. I know it cannot work. I have to limit the amount of sexual activity that I'm doing. I have to limit the amount of physical activity that I'm doing, like in the gym, with fitness, cardio, all that stuff. I have to know my limits. Now, you see, the thing is, we're talking about these two types of burnout, the mental burnout, and we're talking about the physical burnout. But you see, burnout is actually good for you. I know what we're talking about is how to avoid it, how to prevent it, but burnout is very good. Hear me out. When you burn out, you are actually learning your limits. You understand? When you push yourself to your limits and you fall and you hurt yourself, you will learn where your limit is, and then you will not dare to cross it again. So burnout, in some sense, it really helps you. As a man, we need to go through burnout. And I'm sure that's the reason why you're watching this video. Because you have been through certain, scenarios like that where you burnt out. And it's very, very annoying. Of course, it hurts, when you're sick, when you're feeling all that. It's not good. But it will help you understand your limits so that you don't cross there and you live a healthy life. You don't know, you cannot know. You see, this is life. Life is yin and yang. You cannot know peace if you don't know war. You cannot know burnout. You cannot know mental clarity if you don't know burnout. You get what I mean? I don't know if mental clarity is the opposite. But yeah, you can't. Yeah, burnout might be good. But the problem with burnout is it prevents us from staying consistent in our fitness. So I know how social media always glorifies this, what they call hustle culture, right? They talk about how you should have no rest, that you should hustle 24/7. But you see, that kind of lifestyle, that kind of mindset actually prevents you from hustling. It's crazy. For example, if you want to stay consistent in your fitness journey, if you burn out a lot, if you go through that thing where you don't rest or you think you're macho libre, macho libre, macho, what the hell is that? Like you think you're him and you think you're not going to burn out. And then you hit that boom, that rut, you fall in that rut, you're burnt out, you're cooked. Basically, what do they call it? You're cooked, brain rot. You know what I mean? How are you going to be able to bounce back and to do what you want, what you have to do? It will be so hard for you to bounce back. So you not taking rest actually makes you hustle less. It actually prevents you from coming to the gym. So you should take that rest. And when I say rest, I'm not talking about skipping days of the gym, that kind of mediocre average person rest. No, I'm talking about rest like a king. So I'm going to go into that a bit more specifically. So now that we've talked about the two types, the mental burnout, the physical burnout, now, how can you overcome this burnout in your own life, in your own fitness journey? Let me teach you. So first of all, mental burnout. How you can overcome mental burnout? Step one, reduce screen time. I want you, if you don't have this setting enabled, I want you to go on your phone, open your settings app. Right? If you have an iPhone, go to your settings app. Android guys, I'll get you in a minute. But if you have an iPhone, check your settings app. Go to the screen time and enable it. Go to the screen time settings and enable it. If you already have it enabled, look at that time. Now, I want you to think of that amount of time that you've spent. Look at the time. It usually shows us our daily amount of time we spend on the screen. right? Look at that. Ask yourself, what could I be doing in that time? You know what I mean? What could I be doing in that specific, if it's 3 hours, if it's 4 hours, 8 hours? I'm sure there's people with 8 hours of, bro, if you have 8 hours of screen time, you need life. You need life. You need something. You need something to be passionate about. You need to maybe start a YouTube channel. Maybe you need to, work on your fitness consistency journey. Be more consistent. Like show up to the gym more. You can't be spending 8 hours on your phone. What's that? That's nonsense. Actually, that's making you more of a useless person. That's why your parents don't even respect you the way you want them to respect you. You get what I mean? So look at that screen time. Think about it. You see, that the first step to fixing a disease, to healing a disease, is the analysis. It's the diagnosis. So that's why I'm telling you to look at the screen time, because you cannot just reduce your screen time if you don't know how much time you're spending on your time on your screen. So go to that time and look at it. Look at how much time you spend. That's gonna give you more ideas on how you can reduce that time. Your brain's going to start telling you, oh, your 4 hours is quite a lot. We can drop it to 2 if maybe I delete WhatsApp, maybe if I delete Instagram. Now, another way you can reduce your screen time, yeah, we've done the diagnosis. We found out that you are addicted to your phone. Now, the second way that you can reduce your screen time is to remove notifications. I want you to remove notifications because if you think about it, we're talking about mental burnout right now, right? We're talking about how these things affect your mind, and in general, they affect your consistency in fitness. Now, when you let me give you an example. If you're in the gym, you're sitting there, you're doing your workout. By the way, I've seen this. I'm not narrating a story that I'm just making up. There are like people who I train who are like this. He works out, he doesn't even reach failure or even close to failure. He sits down, he's resting. Bling! No, no, no. Ding! His phone goes off in between the set. He's like, huh? He looks, he sees it's his girlfriend. Yo, bro. I'm not looking at people's phones in between sets, but I'm just guessing it's his girlfriend because no one's mother is texting them when when they're working out. He sees it's his girlfriend. He goes, he picks up the phone. He has an argument, full blown argument on text with his girlfriend. He comes back to the workout, and this guy does like minimal effort. He does mediocre work, and in a few minutes he's gone. He leaves. Like I said, there's a direct correlation between somebody checking their phone and them leaving gym early. Now, what happened there was his mind went through a mental shift. It was in the gym. The hard task was in the gym. And then when he got that message from God knows who, he got distracted. His mind started thinking of a different issue. You see, our minds are trying to solve problems. That's what our minds do. And they try to fixate on one problem until it's solved. So if you're fixating on your gym and you're also fixating on your girlfriend's issues, she wants a Louis bag, she wants a Gucci bag. I don't even know what girlfriends want these days. But you're fixating on that kind of thing. Your brain is gonna take all that power, all that mental like power, move it from that issue of the gym and put it on the issue of the girl. So now your brain is now fighting issues with like your relationship or whatever is going on, whatever you've seen on your phone. And now you're lost. You're gone. Your attention has been taken from the gym. Such people I see in the gym who behave like this, they really make no progress at all. And I've tried to tell them about it, but those who listen, they actually make progress. Those who don't listen, they don't make any progress. So you must remove your notifications. Your notifications are like, they just steal your attention. You're supposed to have that 24/7 presence. We're supposed to be present beings. You know what I mean? You cannot have notifications stealing your attention. Now, oh yeah, you might think people might need me. Yeah, look, cool. Look, you're needed, right? You're a superhero. We get it, right? Everyone needs you so much. But if they truly needed you, would they be texting you? Let's think about it. If it was something very important, would they even text you in the first place? I always hear this, by the way, as well as old people. Old people talk about this. Oh, like I cannot put my phone on silence because they'll need me. They'll need me. Who will need you? Who are these people? Are these people billionaires, millionaires? Who are these people? Who will need you? The Avengers? Come on, man. The Guardians of the Globe? No, like, if you were really needed, people would be calling you. You know what I mean? Yeah, people would be calling you. So turn off your notifications. It's very useless. That's going to help you reduce your screen time. That's the best tactic I can give you. You know what I mean? As well as deleting useless apps like games. Get games off your phone. Try to spend less time scrolling. You know what I mean? That's going to help you gain that mental clarity and also avoid burning out mentally so that you can stay more consistent in your fitness. The second way that you can overcome burnout or prevent it is to eat less carbs. Yeah, eat less carbs. What, like, why is no one talking about this? Why did our parents not teach us this kind of thing? Like, how has this been a serious issue all my life, but I am just starting to know about it? It's crazy. Let me tell you something. People eat carbs in the morning. That is 100% the worst decision you can make. Now, here's the reason why I think carbs are bad. Okay. Now, we've had carbs are good. Carbs are good from the bodybuilding community, right? Eat your carbs so you can build more muscle. Let me tell you why that's wrong. Our body already gets carbs from those protein rich meals that we eat. You know what I mean? The chicken, the beef, or whatever else you're eating that has protein, they're carbs as well. Meaning our body is getting enough energy from that food. What those complex sugars and those carbs and all these, like the cakes and the rices and all this stuff, what it does is it makes your body consume a lot of energy in your brain as well, right? It's also taking mental energy. It makes your body consume so much energy to digest these carbs. And the problem with that is you might be wanting to do a hard workout or some hard business task, but your brain is mentally incapable. It cannot do anything because you've eaten some oats, you've eaten some rice, you had breakfast full of carbs. You see, it's okay if you want to have breakfast, but try to not eat your carbs. Carbs make you mentally weak. Carbs is what they call peasant food. If you think about it, how did the kings back then, how were they able to rule the peasants so easily? What they did was they would eat different kinds of food. The king would eat his steak, right? His steak. The peasant would eat grains. What the royals would do, they would give the peasants grains to feed on, like rice, like wheat, all these things. That food would make them dumber and less able to resist their enslavement or their, whatever is going on, their oppression, by the royal family, making that royal family indeed be royal. You know what I mean? So the kind of food that you eat actually determines your mental clarity. It's the one that's actually making you burn out. If you eat bad foods, if you're eating no carbs, all these carbs, man. Let me tell you, the worst carbs you can have. Yeah. Okay, number one. I don't know if this is a carb, but it's a carbon compound, so I'll give it as a carb. Alcohol, number one. Number two, there's soda. Number three, there's bread. Then there's cake. Then there's biscuits. Then, bro, you know all these things. I don't even know why I'm telling you these things. I shouldn't be telling you these things. You already know them. You just eat them because you don't care. But it's really affecting your mental clarity. It's giving you that brain fog. It's preventing you from being consistent in your fitness journey. You know what I mean? So eat less carbs. Don't be don't be a greedy person. When I say less carbs, I'm talking about the people who are addicted to carbs. They can eat less. If you're not addicted to carbs, don't eat them at all. Like, it's useless. You know what I mean? They're useless. Don't add that rice on your plate. You can just keep it as chicken. Just have the chicken alone. That's going to give you that mental power to stay consistent in any habit that you're trying to create, any habit that you're trying to, see some progress from. The third way that you can be more consistent in your fitness journey and overcome mental burnout is by simplifying your goals. So, when I say simplify your goals, I mean start small. I've talked about this. Do not put so many goals on your. Let me give you an example. If you have tasks, daily tasks that you want to do, right? Um, in your day, and you want it to be a perfect day. If you put a lot of tasks on your first day, what this is going to do is mentally, it's going to burn you out. It's going to make you feel like I've done too much and I need a rest. The next day, you won't be able to continue. My bad. The electricity just went, you know. African things, you get me? Ugandan thing. Only in Uganda the power just disappeared. Yeah, so the electricity just disappeared. But I was talking about how you should simplify your goals. And I was talking about how if you do too many tasks or if you put too many tasks on your to do list, that day, if you did those tasks, the next day you will feel burnt out, mentally burnt out, right? Because you did so many tasks today. So you should be optimizing for consistency. See, when you're optimizing for hustle culture, you do too many tasks today, you burn out, you need like the whole week to rest. But if you're optimizing for consistency, then you're doing small tasks every day, manageable tasks, living like one rep in the bank, feeling like you could have done more. You know what I mean? That helps you be more consistent because you'll be looking forward to the next time that you do that task. And in life, if you want to be successful in anything, you have to be doing it repetitively. You have to practice. So for you to be actually seeing good results in fitness, you need to be consistent in your fitness journey. That's why I heavily preach it. That's why I always talk about it. So make sure that you're starting small. Make sure that you're putting small, manageable goals and tasks, daily tasks, weekly tasks, monthly, all that. Small tasks that will help you build that consistency so that you don't end up rushing and getting knocked, by life. That's going to help you reduce the amount of mental burnout that you go through so that you can be more consistent in your fitness journey. Then the fourth way that you can overcome mental burnout is, this is my favorite, last but not least, the daily meditation. Now, the daily meditation is a must. That's a must, okay? I don't care what you think about if you haven't started meditating, I don't even know what's wrong. Already you know the mental benefits of meditation and even the physiological benefits. Meditation changes you. You know what I mean? Because it changes you on a cellular level. Guys, you need to tap into some Sadhguru, man. You know what I mean? Watch some Sadhguru videos. Watch some of that. That's where the knowledge is. He's going to teach you about meditation and how it's important for you. So if you haven't done meditation or you don't meditate every day, you might have so many excuses, right? For example, meditation doesn't work for me because when I sit down, I can't seem to clear my thoughts. I can't seem to clear my mind. Yeah, it's too much for me. Now, think about this. Imagine a beginner going into the gym and they try to bench 100 kgs, but they fail, totally fail. And then they tell themselves, or they start saying, yo, I cannot go back to the gym because I can't bench 100 kgs. What would you say to that guy? What would you say to that retard? You would tell him to start small, to make sure that you're just doing a little bit of something, to use the light weights, to do one set. Because when you do that one set, you're actually building the habit of consistency. So the same applies to meditation. If you're doing the meditation expecting to clear your mind on the first session, you're wrong. This is things that people do after years. Even Buddhist monks, apparently, they can't clear their thoughts like up to like 10 years of being a monk. So that's like avatar state. You have to start here at your state where you are, retard state. Now, what you do is you start meditating for a few minutes a day. Start with 1 minute if you haven't started. Start with 1 minute of meditation every day. Make it a routine. Put it on your calendar. By the way, none of this works if you don't have a calendar. Put it on your calendar. Meditate every morning or every evening or afternoon, whatever you prefer. Then, as you continue to do it every day, add on the minutes. Now, you see, for me, I used to do meditations for like 20 minutes and 30 minutes. And then I fell off meditation. I completely burnt out from meditation. I stopped meditating and it really messed with my mental health. But for me to get back to the meditations, I had to start small, go back to 5 minute meditations. 5 minute meditations might not seem much, but it was the best option for me because now I'm meditating for about 8 minutes. I slowly incremented it by 1 minute. You know what I mean? The next time, like after a couple of weeks, I did for 6 minutes. After a couple of weeks, 7 minutes. After a couple of weeks, now I'm doing 8 weeks. Sorry, 8 minutes. So meditations like that, where you progressively overload. Now, meditation is going to help you reduce your stress levels. It's going to reduce your cortisol in your body. It's going to improve your focus. You know what I mean? It's going to help you be more present. It's going to make you more relaxed. You know what I mean? And nonchalant. You'll be less reactive. Then it will also help you collect your thoughts much better. When you're in high pressure situations, you're not that kind of person who's just useless. You know what I mean? Making noise and stuff. No, you're that person who's calm and collected and able to think clearly. Then meditation is also going to help you get that mental clarity. For you to be more consistent in fitness, it's going to help you stay more consistent in fitness because you'll be present enough to know that you're supposed to be working out at this specific time or this time. It'll be hard for you to miss and skip a gym workout. The meditation is also going to change your body and heal you because it's healing energy. Meditation will heal you and aid your recovery, making you heal faster and prevent you from going into that burnout. You know what I mean? That mental burnout, that physical burnout, and everything. Now, moving on to physical burnout. How can you overcome physical burnout? Let me tell you how. The first way that you can overcome physical burnout, right? Physical burnout is where your body is the one that has taken a hit. You're sick or you're injured. The first way that you can overcome this or even prevent it is semen retention. What's semen retention? Semen retention is a period of time, right? Or indefinitely, where you as a man hold your seed and you don't release it. This is a time when you don't nut, basically don't nut. You know what I mean? Like no nut November, but no nut every day or no nut January, February, whatever you want it to be. Semen retention is a period of time where you go fasting, you fast, you know what I mean, from that pleasure. Now, semen retention is very hard, especially for our generation. Our generation grew up on porn, on like basically hypersexualization. You know what I mean? Of women, and the whole culture is just too sexual. So it's very hard to retain as a man. But like any other habit, you need to start small. You know what I mean? If you've been busting nuts every day, every single day, try every other day. Try once a week. Try once a month. You know what I mean? Start small. Whatever is manageable for you. Try to fast from it. What this is going to do is it's going to give you a boost on your testosterone and your health. Now, hear me out. Whenever you release your seed, right? That's creative energy, that's life force leaving your body. Whenever you lose that life force, that's like 10 HP gone. No, 10 HP is small. You know what I mean? Like in video game terms, 50 HP gone. Like half of your life force is gone. Like just that's why you feel so like down after that height. You feel so down, right? You've released your life force. Now, when you retain that life force and you channel it into your activity, like your workouts and everything, my friend, you'll be a beast. That's the difference between a beast and uh normal animal. You know what I mean? The beast is hungry, he's fasted, he's been restraining himself. And because of that restraint, his body can use that energy and transmute it into whatever action he wants to take. So not just in fitness, but this will also help you in business. You know what I mean? So retaining is so important, very, very important. Semen retention. I told you, whenever I don't retain for a long time, man, I fall sick. I really do fall sick. So retention is going to help you get your health up as well as your testosterone, because testosterone is so necessary. What's all this for? What is all this fitness stuff for if your testosterone is low? Testosterone is the hormone that makes you more of a man. It's the hormone that helps your body grow muscle. It's the one that tells your body, yo, grow muscle. Like use that protein and grow the muscle. If your testosterone levels are low, even if you're eating enough protein, you will not look as good or as big and strong as a man whose testosterone levels are high, even if he isn't eating as much protein. Testosterone is like an overall foundation when it comes to bodybuilding and being a man, masculinity in general. So, more semen retention boosts your testosterone, makes you more of a guy. And trust me, women can smell it. Right? You've heard of this, right? Go look on YouTube. Just search for women smell no fap or women smell retention. Women can tell when a man has been retaining. He looks more like he's alive. You know what I mean? His life force is inside him. It's like he's glowing. You know what I mean? They can tell that you've been, and they will be more feminine around you. But that's a topic for another day. Right now, we're talking about recovery. We're talking about physical burnout. So that method, I'm telling you, that has always helped me overcome burnout and also to prevent it as well in my fitness journey, so I can be more consistent and not fall off. No skipping days. You know what I mean? So try semen retention. At least try it. Give it a try, because usually whenever you try the things I talk about, your life improves. So try that. Let me know what you think. The second way that you can avoid physical burnout is don't train while sick. Stop training while you're sick. This is a big, big issue. You see, when I just started training, I used to be like this. And now I see other young men who I coach being like this. This brother can come to the gym sick. And he's like, ah, man, I'm feeling sick, bro. But 5 minutes later, why is this guy doing pull ups? Ah, man, it's only one set, man. I'm only doing one set, because I'm sick. No! It's one of those things, right? It's one of those things where the more you work out while you're sick, the more sick you get. I don't know how people don't know this. Have you people not been through burnout? Have you never experienced burnout? Clearly, you're watching this video, you've gone through that. If you know that you're sick, take some rest. Don't exert your body in any way. Because if you do that, you prolong your sickness or you make it chronic. You know what I mean? You keep it for a long time, and this even prevents you from being more consistent in your fitness journey. So this goes without saying. Don't work out when you're sick. Take rest. You know what I mean? Rest is very essential if you've been knocked down. When you're burnt out and you've fallen sick, you have that cold, you have whatever funny diseases you have, I want you to take that rest. Take that day to, you know what I do for me to heal faster? I meditate more on that day. I'll do like 2 to 3 sessions of meditation more, because meditation is medication. You know that. Then I'll also take walks in nature. I'll sit in the grass. I'll sit in the sun. Such things, they heal you faster. And then drinking hella water. Oh my God. Drinking hella water is so important. Drinking a lot of water is so important. That will help me like rest and heal faster so that I can get back to my grind. And it prevents me from missing days. Then resting while sick, while being sick, resting while being sick is the same as what I'm going to tell you. The third way that you can prevent physical burnout, it is deloading while you're sore. Deload when you get sore. Whenever you feel sore, I want you to deload. What do I mean by deloading? Deloading means reduce the amount of sets, reduce the amount of reps, reduce the intensity of that, whatever workout you've done, whatever muscle group that you've trained. If you feel sore in your quads, really sore in your quads and hamstring, usually it's not even quads. I don't know how, but usually it's the hamstrings that get sore, so sore. If you feel sore in your hamstrings, now what you need to do is the next time that you train your hamstrings, you need to do less. I mean, deload. This is going to give your body that time to adjust to that load, the less load. And then you can slowly, progressively overload. Deload, then you overload. You can slowly increase. without feeling like you're pushing yourself too hard and without burning out. So just like I said, you take rest days from the gym when you're sick. Also, when you're sore, you need to deload, do less. You know what I mean? When I was just starting training, I used to train so much, hard, so hard, and I was not making much progress. But I decided to deload because I was always falling sick and everything. Decided to start small, and the progress I made was crazy when I started small. I know your brain might be like, oh, I'm a hustler, I need to train so hard, grind, beast mode. No, beast mode means taking it slow and speeding up. You see somebody training so hard, but you haven't seen the days that they took it slow. Right? Before you try to compare yourself to C-Bum's training, try to train like C-Bum, I want you to look at what he did when he was B-Bum, when he was younger, or A-Bum, when he was A-Bum. Like, you need to look at what he did then. He started small. All these people started small. So trust me when I say this. Deload when you're sore. Just like I said, rest when you're sick. Now, the fourth way that you can overcome physical burnout or prevent it from happening is to make sleep a non-negotiable. Make sleep a non-negotiable. What do I mean by this? What about what I mean by this? I want you to start sleeping like a millionaire, not to sleep like a poor person, right? I heard this. My girl told me this, man. You know what I mean? You sleep like a poor person. She told me this a while back. I realized it was a big problem, very big problem. So I fixed my sleep quick. Now, what do I mean by sleeping like a poor person, like a millionaire? Now, poor people sleep for few hours and they still wake up tired. They fall asleep and they still wake up tired. Millionaires sleep for, the right amount of hours, like 8 hours, 9 hours. They wake up feeling more refreshed. What's the difference? You see, it's not just about the amount of sleep that you get, but it's also about the quality of your sleep. If you're sleeping in a noisy place, you're not going to sleep well. If you're sleeping in a bright place, you're not going to sleep well. If you're sleeping in a stressful environment, you know what I mean, a traumatized environment, aka mom's basement, something like that, you're not going to sleep well. If you are also sleeping after doing some dopamine activities, some consumption, like something that hyperstimulates your brain, you will not get a good sleep. You know what I mean? So it's not just about how long you sleep, it's also about the quality of your sleep. Sleep is so important. I stress this because it is so, so important. And I see a lot of people not prioritizing it. It's actually kind of funny. People try to flex not sleeping. It's so dumb. I don't even support it. Me these days, like me, I'm straight up. I'll tell you, yo, bro, that's not cool. That's not a flex. People be like, yo, man, bro, I only got 3 hours of sleep, bro. Like as if we were supposed to be like, oh, wow, 3 hours. 3 hours. Yeah, man, just like, I didn't even really sleep, I was just tossing and turning. Oh, nice. So mature. No, we're not going to celebrate you for taking your sleep, like it's a game, like it's nothing. You know what I mean? Like it's not important. You need to sleep more hours, sleep 8 to 9 hours, whatever works for you. And then also improve the quality of your sleep. There are more videos that you can watch online because I cannot talk all about sleep in this video because it's not just about sleep. But there are videos that are just about sleep that you can search for on YouTube after you've watched this. Go and look up how to improve my sleep quality. I'm telling you, so many things. By the way, meditation that we just talked about also improves your sleep. Keep that in mind. If you need a community of men who can help you achieve this kind of fitness consistency, who can teach you how to overcome your burnout, and who can help you stay more consistent in your journey and make you stop skipping workouts for good, then join the Consistent Man community. I have put it as the top link in the description. I just made that community and I'm just about to put a price on it. So join right now while it's still free. And inside the community, you'll be getting personal help from me, live one-to-one coaching calls from me, as well as a support group of young men who are also trying to stay consistent in their fitness. This will help you stay hella consistent and not miss the gym. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you really got value, subscribe to the video, to my channel, like the video, and watch this video right here for some more value so that you can stay more consistent. Peace.